Have you been playing guitar for a while and you're like, man, I don't know, I don't seem to be getting any better? Are you a beginner and you're just completely lost and you don't know what to do? Hit me up for a one-on-one consultation. Friends, Brian here for Yes You Can Play Guitar. How is everybody doing? What's going on? Yes, I'm also known as the Big Guitar Daddy. So a few weeks ago, again, I'm a little behind. You know, we're enjoying a little bit of a vacation, and but I'm still trying to get some YouTubing done. You know, some YouTubing, like stay focused on me there, YouTubing. Okay. I did a reaction to an amazing Japanese three-piece band called Asterism. So what I like to do, again, to say, kind of acknowledge everyone who watches the channel. If I get a video that gets over 1,000 views and 50 comments, I like to do a reading your comments video. And I'm a little behind on them because of the vacation, you know, like the Go-Go song Vacation. Vacation, do, 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 do. Anyway, we are going to check out the comments for Asterism Dawn reaction, okay? Let's see what you guys had to say. Okay, so Guitarich, my good friend Guitarich. Asterism is currently on tour in the US. They were booked a few days ago for an anime show in California. They played to a few thousand people who were thrilled. And I also saw, didn't they do something like in Hollywood or something? They just played out in the street. Gotta check that out. They have 2 more shows in America, July 9th in Santa Ana and on July 11th in New York. Again, I did this video a few weeks ago. I'm a little behind. But yeah. Since the tickets were obviously not selling well, they didn't want to play in front of only 20% full auditoriums, so they gave away free admission for both concerts. That's sad, eh? You're such a talented band. You know, are we behind as North Americans? Are we behind on what's going on in Japan with all the talent there, maybe? So you can go to these great 2 concerts on July 9th and 11th for free. Asterism thus uses the 2 concert dates to become better known in the US. Yes, paying their dues, as it's called. That's how it is in rock and roll in 2023. People would rather pay $300 plus for the 80-year-old Stones or the 70-plus-year-old Kiss than $30 for these young guys. Young guys, I get it. You know, if you're in tune at all with how expensive it is, with the price of everything, for bands to get out there and do their thing, even getting tour buses now, it gets so expensive that some well-known bands have to cancel their tours. They just can't afford it. The world's really going to a crazy place, guys. I hate to be negative. But I really appreciate that. That was a great comment. Thank you, Guitarich. At SevY6IZ, Halka isn't a guitar player. She's a storyteller. She takes you on a journey, and as many times for you guys, you know, if you're not just, you know, I don't just do reactions here. I have a lot of guitar lesson videos. I don't post them as much, but guitar lesson videos, I have a lot going on my guitar reaction community, not my guitar reaction, my guitar community, extra lessons and stuff from the Big Guitar Daddy. And I often tell you, technique is great. I'm a big proponent for technique, but you want to, when you do a guitar solo, it's like you're telling a story within a story. So there's some great storytellers who happen to use great technique within the story, but when it's just technique all the time, it's kind of like, eh. So this is a great post, and it's very true. She is a storyteller, and she's a great guitar player. I really like how she plays the pentatonics. At Farron, the adorable Haruka CA, I'm going to say CA because I'm Canadian, started playing at the age of 10 when she got her first guitar for Christmas. At the time of this recording, she was 16. And she wrote the song herself when she was 12. Wow. Yeah, again, she's a great storyteller with a great quote. Sometimes we laugh because we're sad or to hide our frustration from Carrick Spin. I wish I. Cool. At Metal Lover, not too bad for a 16-year-old high school. No, she's a smoking guitar player for sure. The bassist, again, he was great. I love this band. They were kind of like the Japanese Rush, so to speak, okay? Me being Canadian, I love Rush, of course, but rest in peace, the great Neil Peart. The group have been together since they were 11, not unusual for Japanese musicians, and they write, arrange, and play their fusion of metal, hard rock, and jazz. Lately, she started singing. Tried the SRV Scuttlebutt and played it in a small Texas club when they were the same age as here. All of them get some shine time, even the drummer. Oh, cool. Best trio since Cream. I'm actually going to click that. Oh, they're doing a Stevie Ray Vaughan cover. Oh my God, I have to check that out. Okay. Sorry, I got lost there. I'm clicking and clicking. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Metal Lover. Again, I love your comments. Thank you. Best trio since Cream. Frankly, there'll be no ego wars, clean lifestyle, and total dedication to each other and their craft. Guarantee that. You had the same reaction to that when you saw Hendrix live. Dude, you can't just say that. You gotta post and tell me more about that. That's amazing. At Ranger A6953, don't ignore the studio work from them. Well worth a listen. Noted. Thank you, my friend. At Firstborn 174, this girl is a star. She is. So is the whole band. At Stand and Deliver 5, that really grabbed me in. I guess I have to add another Japanese band to my list. Don't know why we have overlooked them until now. I don't know. Why is that? Thank you all for suggesting and reacting. Thank you for watching and commenting. It means a lot to me. If you hit subscribe too, that means a lot as well. Dr. Herkner Gula 4319. These young musicians are insanely talented. I agree. Can you imagine where they'll be in 10 years? They're either going to be completely out of the music industry because they're going to be tired of all the BS and the stress, or they're going to be like superstars. Zabria Bubakar 5982. She's got all the world-class guitar soloist fingers. Next song's Church, Rising Moon, Blaze, Gunfire, cover songs, Jump. Okay, cool. I'm definitely interested. I'm interested in all of them, but the Scuttlebutting SRB for sure. At Pale Horse Shabu Shabu, it never gets old listening to this trio. Miyu, pronounced Miyu, the bass player has 3 main basses that I've seen him use. There's even the 7-string monster you see here. It was a monster. A 5-string and a 4-string with a bar on it, all 3 made by ESP. I noticed that. I've never owned any ESP guitars. My good friend Rob Arnold from the band Chimera, he's a big ESP guy. He's got some gorgeous ESPs. He's endorsed by the company, and he has been for a long time. But, maybe the Guitar Daddy down the road, he'll get a sponsorship with a guitar company, and we'll just kind of see where things are at. I actually got my first offer of sponsorship. I'm talking to the company. It's not ESP. It's a little bit for a different guitar, but I haven't heard back. They're kind of leaving me on the lurch. They made me an offer and then nothing. So forward we shall march, as this channel shall march. Back on June 2nd, he posted on Instagram him perfectly covering part of Van Halen's Eruption on that 4-string. When Eddie Van Halen passed, they covered Joe. Okay, that's cool, man. Love your post, Pale Horse Shabu Shabu. At Wormish, some Japanese band, old, new, take your pick, Bandmade. Yep, we're definitely into them. Love Bites, amazing. Baby Metal, yes. Maximum the Hormone. Dexcore, Crossfaith, Sim Ningen Isu. Okay, you've named a lot of bands, and we see a lot of these names in the posts, and holy jeez, Wormer spent some time here. The Oral Cigarettes, now that is a band name. Thank you, Wormish. We will be diving into some of these for sure. At Angel LWJ, one of the best 3-piece bands. All 3 of them are very young and top-level talent. I recommend Church, live in studio, as the next. Okay, thank you. At Martin H9417. Yes, Asterism is another outstanding Japanese rock band. Some people say that rock is not dead, it just moved to Japan. You are not the first person who have said that, and I agree, and I apologize. I've been ignorant. We are working on a documentary about me, the channel, my life. It might be kind of interesting to a few people, maybe at least 6 out of everyone in the world. But the last couple of years of my life have been fantastic. The previous 10 have been pretty crazy. Very stormy, a lot going on, and I kind of was away from music and guitar for a few years. So I apologize. I've been kind of completely out of it with the Japanese metal scene. Of course, we're getting back into it. Also with Polyphia. It's another popular band I've done reactions to, and I remember a guy posted once, he said, like, dude, where have you been? Like, if you call yourself a guitar player and instructor, yeah, there's been a number of years I've been kind of preoccupied in a way. But yes, okay. Thank you so much, Martin. At Ivan the Nuke, first time I heard that song, I knew it was one of the best pieces of music I'd ever heard. I listen to it whenever I work out, which is several times a week, and it never gets old. So does the big Guitar Daddy. I must admit, when I work out, I'm older now. I listen to quite heavy music, and then the rest of the day, because I take being mad and all worked up takes energy when you get older. So I listen to like really light music, calm music, relaxing music, nature to calm me down the rest of the day. Great post, Ivan. At Lito6242, I'm so glad that you finally reacted to Asterism. All three of them are incredible musicians. In my opinion, they are hidden gems of Japanese metal music. I'd also like to recommend a song called Gunfire live in studio. Excellent. Thank you, Lito. I appreciate it. At Bill B5183, they've been rocking on stage since middle school. I'm pretty sure they're only in high school here. They are crazy talented. They sure are. And the fact that they've started together young, if they've bonded, it's probably going to help them get through a lot of BS in the music industry. At Mark Vader 8083, I saw a Japanese music TV show called J Mello, and Asterism was one of the guests that day. This is cool. So he says, the announcer asked Haruka how she got so good playing guitar. Haruka replied that once she learns a new song, she will then turn off all the lights and play it in the dark. If she makes a mistake, she'll start over again. Asterism rocks. I hope to be able to see them live someday. Okay. At Boys U, Halka, Halka, stage name of lead guitarist was just 16. Yes, she is amazing. I'm astonished too, my friend. At Bulletproof Soul 1029, it's incredible seeing a 16-year-old have an almost Steve Vai mastery of the guitar. Yeah, is it Halka or Halsa? Am I pronouncing that right? The level of talent is amazing, and you've got a sub-conversation going on. Oh, yes. Steve G, her big influence is Akira Takasaki of the band Loudness. He has been a major influence on many guitar players in the East, my friend. I owned Thunder in the East and Lightning Strikes album in the 80s, and I wore them out. I love Akira Takasaki. If you look back, if you dare, look back on my early videos when this channel started. I did a video dedicated to Akira Takasaki and how amazing he was. One of my favorites too, easily in my top 10. Okay? At Maids and Muses, one of my favorite J-rock bands, Haruka on guitar, Miyu on bass, and Mio on drums. Mio and Miyu are brothers. Halka and Miyu are obviously exceptional. But a big shout to Mio on drums. Yes, he's a really good drummer. Again, he recommends Church Gunfire from the Guernica album. Okay, thank you, Maids and Muses. At Steve Kane, 4922, Soku and Naru is another incredible Japanese three-piece, incredible female bassist, Misaki. I will have to check them out. Look, guys, we just started our Japanese deep dive. We have a long way to go with it. This is going to be a long-term thing. It's not going to be a couple of videos and then, okay, we're done. At Hiawatha G, congratulations on finding the best new power trio since Cream. They're an instrumental power trio from, I could never pronounce the name of this place. Being English, you could say it. It's Fukuoka, Japan. They consist of, okay, he names... Okay, so Hiawatha made a great post, took time into making this post, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you and your time. And there's a lot of links here, a lot of stuff for us to go through, and I appreciate it, and I will. Caffeine Night Owl, there's something else very special. So she was born, the guitar player was born in 2002. She's 16 when this was recorded. They sure are incredible, Caffeine Night Owl, I agree. I'm on caffeine right now. I actually drank a no-sugar Monster drink. At the Cybermantis, I've been a supporter, follower of the channel for a while. Appreciate the posts. She talks about the guitar player is a Prodigy. That word gets tossed around a lot, but she has another one is Lisa X. I will have to look into that. 6 to 5. Glad you finally checked them out, and don't worry, there are plenty more gems to enjoy. Cool. At Patty Mills 2395. Halka or Halsa made me believe in Guitar Heroes again. Cool. Angel Killer 2 weeks ago. Just discovered this band through this reaction. Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. Going through the videos and just saw they had audio sessions. Just watched Gunfire. Wow. I appreciate that. Thank you, Angel Killer. At Alistair McIntyre 4752, there are Prodigies, and then there's Halka. She truly makes her guitar sing. If you guys write back and say it's Halsa, I'm going to feel really silly, okay? Okay, I'm just saying that. To be honest, although I much prefer watching live performances, unfortunately Asterism's live videos tend to be fan shot and the sound is often rubbish. I'd recommend the studio versions of Church and Rising Moon. Completely different, but both brilliant. Okay, a few people have mentioned that. At Ultra HD7, was that a little tear you were wiping away at the end of the song? Don't worry, it happened to all of us at some point when listening to Asterism. This band oozes talent in any way possible, and Haruka is my favorite guitar player in the world, regardless of gender or age. Next, try Church. Okay, thank you. Okay. Let's do... Okay. I just got lost. Doesn't take much for me. Metal Mark, my man. I've heard of the band, but never gave him a listen. Feel free to do more. I'm definitely interested. Cool. At Helmac, an instrumental is great when you don't need a singer to hear the lyrics. I love Bites, Brazil fans. Love Asterism. At Brian Charbo, 3273. Halkai is singer-songwriter. Okay, so he's giving me some background information. And how talented she is, that is faux show. Thank you, Brian Char. I appreciate it. A Long Stroke 26. Today they played live from the sidewalk on Venice Beach, California. How cool is that? It is cool, but did the audience really appreciate them? At Wormish. Okay. At The Real Andre Corbin, 4050. Awesome old school metal church vibe. They were a great band, Metal Church. I liked them, but I wasn't as into them for some reason as a lot of other bands. I really, in my metal journeys, John Marshall was a good guitar player and everything, but I really liked Virtuoso, like in Asterism, but lead guitar playing for the thrash bands, metal bands, like Testament, Megadeth with Marty Friedman, all that kind of stuff. But at Surfing Songwave, Merriam-Webster says, Asterism. A group of stars that form a pattern in the night sky. Okay, that's a cool name. What a cool name for a band. B, a small group of stars. Okay, well, they are a small group of stars, that's for sure. A Long Stroke 26. She was 15 in this video. By the way, Tina S is back after going missing for 6 years for all of you guitar fanatics. I should know who Tina is, but, yeah. At Lowerson, 1332. Whenever you think you're going to do great things, a tiny Japanese girl steps up and outshines you. Says a lot, though, in this day and age, all the things that you can be distracted with for kids. Her dedication and devotion to the instrument. It always amazes me when I see young kids just smoking on the instrument, because, believe me, I know how much has to be devoted into doing that. At Keishanism, Asterism, fire! At Aaron Lee's GBC Lieutenant. Wait till you hear Blaze Gunfire in Church, bro. Okay, cool. At Christian Kuvidu 4777. Okay, he talks about that she uses Yamaha guitars. I was never really a fan of Yamaha acoustics. I tried the Pacificas. I've tried a bunch of different ones. Now, this is going back a number of years. I love their acoustic guitars, though. But maybe I got to check out a new Yamaha, one of their newer guitars. Miyu, 7-string custom ESP. Yes, ESP. We just discussed ESP. At Oku 123, the guitarist is 16 years old. Cool. At Old Marty, nice reaction. What I do not understand about how you can talk about the hair of the musician after such a song. So, Marty, I'm going to tell you, my sense of humor is a little different. It's not always for everyone, but one of the things I've learned is that I can laugh at myself. I'm an old man, bad memory, been hit in the head too many times. I don't have any hair, Marty. So sometimes I'll see people with really awesome hair, and I'll be like, man, that's awesome. I wish I could do that. I never could. When I was a teenager playing in bands, I was always a bigger dude. Played hockey, played football, loved lifting weights. And I just wasn't one of those skinny people with the long hair. And I couldn't even grow my hair long. I think I tried to, and I had like a mullet, and it went pretty quickly because I wasn't Mr. Mullet. So that's kind of my humor injected. It's also a compliment injected into my videos when I compliment people on their hair, because I just was follically challenged. Was that supposed to distract from the fact that she made more... Oh, Marty, come on now. One sentence about the drummer, two each about the bassist and guitar player, but more about hair and how hard it is to play in a three-piece band. In general, I hear very rarely in the so-called professionals, musician, music teachers, oh wow. So I would also like to play, sing, compose. Marty, I get what you're saying. A bit of poison in that dart, but that's okay. Sometimes I'm absolutely blown away. I think it was pretty apparent to me by Asterism that I was blown away at how amazing they were. Maybe it didn't appear that way to you, but I was. They're an amazing band for sure. Ed7501, my good friend Ed, the heel hook master, he will turn your knee into a disaster. Reminds me of Polyphia a bit, but heavier. Okay, cool. At Obud377, Haruka. Talking about the guitar player. See, I'm catching on. At Maritza Aguirre 8280. If I ever pronounce anyone's names wrong, sorry, man. That's just, you know. Haruka is not my favorite female guitar player, but for God's sakes, she gets better every day. She's quite good. Love the way she plays the pentatonic scale, too. At Intensive Care, she's becoming more and more out of... Intensive care for what? Are you a registered massage therapist? What's that about? Are you an RMT? Are you an EMT? Do you work in an ambulance? I'm curious. I'm curious about the viewers. She's becoming more and more out of reach for the guitarist every day. How says the pinnacle of guitar skill and talent? Yes, she is great. Intensive Care, astronaut. Okay, I'll let you guys have that conversation. Intensive Care again. She's a guitarist from God. This is as clear as the sun on a cloudless day. Listen to the Guernica album. It's a masterpiece. I will do, but I will do that. But one of the problems is when you do reactions. Is I don't just do reactions, folks. Remember, guitar lesson videos, interviews. Check those out too, eh? The views help. But when you're doing reactions, you can't just go and saturate yourself on your own time with listening to these bands, because then if you do a reaction, it's not true. I try to keep my reactions as true as possible. So, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. The time you took to watch the video and to comment, it means a lot. If you take the extra step and just hit subscribe, burn 1 calorie by clicking a mouse, that means the world to me. And you know what, guys? Check out my Patreon if you haven't already. And keep it going. Let me know where we're going with our Asterism path here, okay? So remember, guys, practice hard, practice smart, no excuses, and we'll see you soon.